All right, this is Everything Empress. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. If you want a more personal, you can reach me at patreon.com/code with the cards. This message is for Libra or Taurus. Any placement. All right, let's see. See my cute little case. Ain't it cute? Purring. All right, let's see. Make sure y'all like this for me. Likey. If you haven't done so, hit subscribe. Like it, hit subscribe. Like it, hit subscribe. Remember, it is your support that keeps the channel moving forward. All right. I have not had coffee today. Just a whole lot of water. So if you guys want to donate to the channel, you can donate at October Finest 99. I was looking for you. Aw, you know a lot of us don't get your notifications. Yeah, I do. That's why I keep saying this. Y'all support. They keep the channel going. Because they're not gonna push the channel. So like, share, subscribe. Like, subscribe. Donate. Aw, thanks, Mana. I appreciate y'all. Y'all see the title, right? Y'all see the title. I don't have cash app. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, Stinkerblood. They just, listen. They got somebody granny. I was like, wait, not granny. They was like, yeah, my granny cash app got taken down. I was like, yo, granny? Damn. They over here getting the granny's cash apps. That's crazy. All right, let's see. Thanks, Leanne. So what Granny do? I know Granny wasn't doing that with that cash app. She was trying to sit up there and stare at that screen to figure out how she was going to send that money. I prayed and was like, God, I need to lift my ass up. I hope I'm not in her energy. Oh, really? You could have sent me a message like you are non-messageable, capable. You damn near about should have my cell phone number. I gotta send you that. No, what the hell? I was randomly walking and seeing, what the hell was that damn? It was something I kept seeing the whole time I was walking around. It was 416-504-812 and 777. And I kept saying, because I kept seeing 504, I was like, man, who the hell Louisiana? I was like, who the hell Louisiana goddamn? But you know, I have family there. So I was like, I don't know which one of my family members, because like, you know, they got my information. Plus we all in the group message, which I cannot stand, by the way. It's on mute, just being honest. Well, I'm like, I don't know who the fuck it would be. That's funny as hell if that was you. That would be real serendipity. Because I kept seeing them damn numbers. Well, I kept seeing 777 more than anything. That shit was crazy. So I was going through it. Why? Who I got to smack, girl? That's your moon signs. Hey, Sal. Hi, Stinkerbud. I'm listening while cleaning. Oh, girl, listen. I need to douse this boy in bleach. I had a great time, though, while I was away. I'm not going to lie. I swear, I just can never enjoy nothing unless my kids are with me. If my kids ain't with me, it's like I'm not having a good time. It's the craziest thing. Tell me, wow, what? Wow, what? You ain't get no notification. I already know what you about to say. I don't know what they got going on with me. What they say, leave me alone. Stop. What they say, leave me alone. Stop tugging in my silk drawers. Don't love me like you do. And didn't. I'm trying to tell you. They don't fuck me at all. Anything. I'm gonna cash up you. I don't trust YouTube. LOL. Oh, thanks, Sting. That's somebody granny too. They be feeling like as soon as they pay a bill online, somebody gonna be like, yep, give me that. Yep, give me your name. You give me your social. Hey, old school folk do not like putting shit online. That shit funny as hell to me. They be acting like what makes them so petrified of the internet? Like, what do they know that we don't? Like, as soon as you tell them, yeah, you just gotta do it through the internet, they're like, what? Through the internet? The internet? Like, it's the worst thing in the world. Like, wait, what do you know? What do you know? They funny as hell. I have allergies up the wazoo, okay? So, if I sound like Biggie give me wobble cheers, it's because God bless me with allergies. It's like, sir, are you okay? You know what I'm saying? So, bear with me. 1 second, y'all. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. All right, my bad. This is, no, they don't. My mom asked, why can't you just go to the store? I'm trying to tell you. Because, like, why can't we just go to the store? Why I got to pay through the online for everything? For you to take my money. And then you take forever to post my payment. You ever wonder that? Why it takes so long why is it so easy for them to take the money, so hard for them to get big? That's what I want to know. It was something I had a question about. The whole time I was gone, I kept asking this damn question, and I done damn forgot it now. But when it come back to me, I'm gonna ask y'all, because I couldn't figure that shit out. Damn it. It was something important too. It'll come back to me. Hey y'all. It says, yeah, mine too. Allergy sucks, swear. Alright, let's see. The more they compete, the more you win. It says to charge us interest on the next bill, blame on processing fee time. I ain't think about that. They think they slick and they're not. They say you think you can, but you can't. What do say? They say it do, but it really don't. Everywhere you at, that's where you are. If you look up, that's where you see. What do they say? If you look up, that's what you see. Bro, Buddy funny as hell for that shit. If you look up, that's what you see. I was pissed off as hell. Like, bro, why is he giving me all these fucking analogies and they don't mean shit? Pissing me right off. Alright, let's see. Alright, so the more they compete, the more you win. Okay, so I'm getting like, I don't think it's energy harvesting. Is it energy harvesting? No. I mean, is it yourself? Wait, don't piss me off. Okay, so I just feel like somebody got like a lot on their plate. The hangman is like a lot on their plate. But I also feel like it's energy harvesting yourself. How the fuck can you energy harvest yourself? What type of shit? Maybe you got Pisces in your chart. You could be in Pisces energy. Pisces, like, they have a tendency of like overthinking shit. So I feel like somebody's like thinking like tremendously. I mean, something just keeps replaying. So maybe you're trying to figure out like, you're trying to figure out what to do. It don't seem like it's life, like, you know. All right, let me see more about the hangman, because he's the only one that's really irritating me right now. Okay, so the hangman is you. Yeah, you're a Libra with Pisces in your chart. 9 of Cups. Okay, so I feel like you're thinking a lot about like what's next. This could be creative opportunities, or like what more you need to do in regards to like situations. So I feel like you're in like a mindset of pushing forward. Okay, so you have the truth of the situation. The truth of the situation is like, like, I don't know, maybe for the sake of your finances or your feelings or some shit, you need to cut something out. You're like, okay, I need to block this out so I can focus on this. So I feel, okay, so you're locking me in. My bad, y'all. I'm rusty. Plus, I have allergies. So if y'all hear me sniffling like a 5-year-old, that's why. I'm trying to figure out what are you trying to do. Okay, so maybe you're trying to put some stuff into motion. I mean, you're a little slow at it, but I feel like you're doing good. And I feel like the only reason you're slow at it is because it's something about like the energy. Maybe you was drinking it. You got a hangover or some shit, or maybe you're just tired. It could be weather. You know what I'm saying? You could be moving. Seen that. Because the King of Pentacles in his deck is his decks. Okay? The King of Pentacles in his deck is relocating. Okay, so what's the competition for? Alright, so somebody's mad that you're moving? Somebody mad that you moved. Six of Swords. I feel like moving... Somebody felt like you moving was supposed to like diminish your strength, but it actually enhanced your strength or something. Somebody's powerful. Yeah, you got Judgment. Okay, so I feel like either moving or rethinking something has changed something or mastered something. I feel like now something can be protected or something can like go into motion. Tell me more about the High Priestess. Chariot in reverse. Five of Swords. King of Wands, Knight of Wands. You got help now. I've seen that. Okay, so it is energy harvesting. Okay, so I feel like you're harvesting some sort of an energy and then you're like transmuting it out. So is this with like your competition? So every time somebody, you see this little circle thing right here? I feel like so this could be like return to sender mantras. Return to sender mantras. I feel like you probably feel like somebody is throwing on you or something. So you just harvest all that shit and send it right back. But I feel like before you send it back, you use it for something. Because you're right here. So I feel like somebody's trying to figure out how the hell you're doing something. Somebody's like, how the hell are, like, what the fuck is he, or what the fuck is she doing? It says, T, take a shot. That's C. Man, this is out. You know what's crazy? Because I was thinking that, but I said that to one of my kids. I definitely said that. That's when you said that. All right, let's see. All right, so you go from the 7 to the 8 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like y'all throwing something back this way. Like, you see the 7 is protection, 8 is the Wands. They throwing it that way. So the only thing that's this way is yourself. It says your opposites, the Chariot in reverse, and oh, I didn't think about that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little rusty, so give me a second. Okay, so you have you thinking. Maybe you're saying you're stuck in a train of thought or a sense of emotion, and you trying to figure out what the fuck this emotion or the sense of train of thought is. So you start that, like, you know, like pull your energy back to yourself, meditate, you know what I'm saying? Move the energy out, and you realize maybe that is not your energy. So you're like, okay, let me send it back. Because I feel like the Queen of Swords is you realizing that it's not your energy, and I feel like you transmute the energy and send it back. It's something like that. I could be wrong, but it's something around that capacity. It says they not telling people on the news, but the hospitals are filling back up again. I can believe it. With they ugly selves. They stay lying. Get you some therapy. Make hot tea. It helps. You'll be tired, but you'll feel better. Do it at night, Empress. I definitely am. I think I'm going to make a hot toddy and put a whole bunch of alcohol in it. Look at y'all. You looking for a reason to drink. Oh, no, not really. Alright, let's see. 4 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, because I feel like somebody has no authority there. The 4 of Swords is like when you don't have no authority. Somebody's just obsessed with you. Okay, so maybe this person that's competing is obsessed. I mean, we are in Virgo season. Shit. Virgos are like the big obsessors of Libra. Virgo and Cancers, man. They be on y'all behind. Y'all be like, get off of me. They be like, nah. Come hither. Okay, you got the Emperor in reverse. 6 of Wands in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. King of Swords. Yeah. So I feel like you're going into something. There's like solidification for something. I feel like there's some sort of opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you want something to happen very quickly, but I feel like something doesn't happen that quick. You got the Moon here. The Ace of Cups, the Magician. You got the Magician, Three of Cups. Okay, so let me see what these people are. Or who these people are. 1 second. Make sure y'all like this for me. Like it, support, donate. Remember, it's your support that keeps the channel going forward. I mean, y'all barely get notifications, so you gotta know. I will be doing a Cash App live tonight. I will only be taking a few people. All right, you got the Magician. Okay, so something that you're asking for, or something that you're thinking, ooh, it's a good idea. I feel like you have an idea or something that you're putting together, or okay, so this is a grind outside of a grind. All right, what's the other grind though? Okay, so maybe your first grind is working. Okay, so this is a second grind outside of working, or this is your only grind. Maybe you just only grind or something. I don't know. 6 of Wands. Okay, so there's the book I was talking about. I seen that book in y'all last reading. I feel like you need to pick up this book. I feel like this book has like all of the answers in it on how to like ignite Aquarius. Because I always get this as an aqua card. I feel like you filling up your cup with ideas. Tell me more about this. Nine of Cups. Yeah, I knew it was Aquarius. That's Aquarius. So are you trying, okay, what are you trying to buy? Like, 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this shit together. And then tell me who the lady or the dude is. Okay, so that's y'all. That's the women. So the women are the Nine of Swords-ish. And the men are the King of Swords-ish. Okay, so the masculines are trying to move around. Okay. Tell me about the Nine of Swords-ish. Okay. And then the others, the feminines, are mad because they want to move around, but they feel stuck. Is this where I'm going with that? I mean, y'all tell me if I'm right, okay? Tell me more about the masculines. I feel like y'all trying to make something happen here. Yeah, okay, so you're walking on eggshells, trying to make something happen. I feel like you running into the Lovers in reverse is like you running into a bunch of people that really like don't understand. They slow, playing dumb, or I feel like you could be just realizing that people in the world are weird. Like, you know, maybe they just, you know, Gemini in reverse. Geminis don't like being out in public, but they're really great communicators. So maybe you noticing like it's a bunch of weird people and that you have no other choice but to do something, even though these people are weird. So somebody's giving you a hard time giving you something because they don't know how to give it, or they don't know what to do with it too. Yeah. So you're the only one that know what the fuck you want. I know that sounds crazy, but something's gonna take some time to grow in. Like, I'm sure this dude been, you know, he's been planting these Three of Pentacles here for a minute. This could also be a contract of some sort. Tell me more about the feminines. All right, and the feminines just want to cuss everybody the hell out. Okay, so maybe you masculine and feminine, you just bouncing back and forth between the two, unless you're a dude and you just staying masculine. But I feel like the feminines is like, how much dumber can people get? Shit, you just, yeah. Okay, so your issue is money. So I feel like somebody has the spotlight though. You got the Five of Swords. Oh, you could be a celebrity. I feel like somebody got the spotlight, but you don't have the money, but you in the spotlight type shit. Like, what? All right, tell me who's competing. There you are. Okay, so it's a water sign. Could be water or another air sign. Somebody don't want you to get away from them, or they don't want you to go in a different direction with some shit. But I feel like they also not strong enough to do shit. You know, people, as I'm learning, people just want to have you around and can't do shit for you. See what I'm saying? Emperor in reverse. Yeah, you gonna get your own bread. Ace of Pentacles. You like, bitch, I'm gonna get it one way or another. Hell, I feel like you about to get that bag. Shit. You know, Libras flourish the most during Virgo season. Did y'all know that? That's y'all most prominent season. And it's really funny because Y'all don't really get along with Virgos like that. Like, y'all September Libras, y'all coming up with y'all birthday and stuff, and y'all the main motherfuckers that don't know what the hell to do with y'all birthday. That's hilarious as hell. Knight of Swords. Ooh. So you going back to demon time? Ooh. Ooh. There's a Capricorn coming towards you. Or there's some sort of, there's an obsessive energy coming towards you. I feel like whoever I'm talking to, like, there's about to be a, like, there's a whole, like, there's like a chain of events of positive shit happening for you. Yeah. So you don't have to work for this. Who's a celebrity? Four of Wands, you. So you got fire, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Venus, 2nd, 4th, or 6th house. I feel like somebody's reaching out to you. I feel like somebody randomly sends you a message. I feel like you got a whole bunch of weird motherfuckers just reaching out of nowhere. I feel like they just busting through your phone line. See what I'm saying? So this is what I'm trying to say. You like, okay, everybody contacting you with the motherfucking money. 7 of Wands. You like, bro, I just need the money. Like, you can... You like, you can keep the rest. Tell me more about what... Who's competing for what? Another air sign. 5 of Swords. 3 and 5 is the 5 of Swords. So somebody wants to change the course of something with you. Somebody could try to change your destiny. I feel like every time you get on the course of something, somebody comes in and changes it or some shit. But I feel like you realizing now, like, to not put any energy towards something or somebody. Because the more you put energy towards something, the more, like, it, you know, I feel like it affects you. I just read something earlier before I went live, and it was like, you know, silence is the killer of magic. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I feel like you being silent is that's just it. Like, you don't have to do anything else. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to say anything. Just be silent. Shit. 7 of Swords. I feel like that's what somebody looking at. Somebody wants a reaction out of you. Maybe you're a celebrity and somebody just wants to piss you off. I seen they was just talking shit not too long ago about Will Smith using AI for a music video. And I was just like, motherfucker, everybody using AI for every goddamn thing. So how the hell you gonna get mad at this man for using AI for something? Are you okay? Like, what the fuck? Didn't old boy Orange dude, he used AI to try to get back at the last motherfucking POTUS. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what the hell? It's like, they don't get mad at that man for that. Like, I don't give a damn what you use. Shit, they don't got nothing to do with me. Ultimately, I don't own your royalties, your rights. I don't own your IP, so you can post your butt on the internet. It ain't gonna profit me none. Like, they try to act like they want to crucify dude for using AI. I'm sorry, are y'all cool? And you know what's crazy? It sounds so crazy, but I'm being honest. Normally, I'll be pushing y'all and telling y'all, like, oh, your birthday, your birthday, your birthday. But every time I push y'all and tell y'all to focus on y'all birthday, somebody come in and fuck it up. So I feel like y'all feel the same way. I feel like now y'all at the Ace of Cups, where y'all just like, bro, I'm just going to enjoy my time and mind my damn business. Like, if you a Taurus, I feel like you just going to kick back. Like, I feel like Tauruses thrive during Libra season too, because that's your sister. You know what I'm saying? Or your brother if you're a dude. Yeah, I feel like you ain't focused on that. There you go. So maybe you're a September Libra and you just minding your business or something. Cause look at all the Libra cards. That's funny as hell. All right, what's this energy? Yeah, I feel like you showing up as a smart, calculated being. But what's the competition then? Give me the other cards for competing. Give me other cards for competing. Y'all can't goddamn get y'all reading because there's so many damn people in y'all energy. Page of Wands. You know what I hate? I hate when people make decisions and then regret them. That shit pisses me off. You got the King of Swords here. And it's like, if you made a choice, ain't the whole point of making a choice is for you to stick with it? Somebody's stupid as hell. I hate people. I know they're like, oh my God, you're saying that you're a reader. I'm dead ass too. Like, I mean that shit wholehearted. Like, I fucking hate people. Like, fuck the cards. People are fucking slow. Alright, tell me more about this. Who the hell is the Nine of Swords? Because it sure the hell ain't Libra. I knew it. Like I said, I hate people. Fuck you talking. Three of Cups. Bunch of motherfuckers are sitting around talking. I mean, they ain't got no energy. They showing up as the Queen of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Judgment card, Nine of Swords, Three of Pentacles. Yeah. So somebody hating on you because they see you. What the hell? Who said that? Nipsey Hussle. He said niggas be hating on you like it's a crime to evolve. Yeah. Somebody mad at you because you're evolving. They could tell you evolve or you're evolving. It's like somebody's mad as hell because you're moving forward. Like, what the fuck? All right, tell me more about the Ace of Cups. What is to this card? Okay, that's fine. I'm not taking all those. Damn, this nigga just everywhere, ain't he? That's a Five of Swords. So I feel like if you're unsure about something, he gonna make your decision for you, period. So you're like, do I want bread or do I want toast? You gonna drop your bread on the floor. You be like, what the fuck? You're like, why did I just drop my bread? Oh my God. Like, you gotta make a choice. You gotta be solid and some shit. Otherwise, he's just gonna keep hitting you over the head with emotions. Like, he's trying to knock you out with emotion. That's what the fuck the Ace of Cups is. The Ace of Cups is the most emotional card. Overwhelmed with emotions. New beginnings. Creativity. You know, like a big love bug. Like, but it's also your ass crying, nigga. Like, so if I were you, I would be sure about my emotions. I tell you one thing. I ain't never got a second guess if I like your ass. I'll tell you that. Immediately, if I don't like you, you'll know. No, I don't like them. That's me. Get them the fuck out of my face. Security, alright? Like, hey. Tell me more about this. So maybe you're charting toward a territory. And somebody, you're charting toward the Ace of Pentacles. And somebody don't want you to leave. Somebody's pissed off because, told you. Somebody feel like they could just change the course of something. This is like a controlling ass relationship. It's like somebody like, oh no, you shouldn't do that. Oh no, you shouldn't do that. No, I think you should. It's like, I think you should shut the hell up talking to me. That's what I think. I need to be telling people that. Maybe they just not saying nothing, and that's how they controlling your energy because they not saying shit. You know, Libras don't like people to be quiet. Like, if you around them physically and you just be silent, they'll get rid of your ass. If you ever want to get put out by a Libra, just go around them and don't say shit. And they just let them keep talking to you. Just say, I'm like, oh my God, how was your day? Yada. Are you okay? Do you want food? And how's the dog? And how's the cat? And you don't say shit. They go like, this ugly mom. They gonna walk away and come back. Yeah, so I'm hungry. And do you want something to eat? No. Then they head ugly ass motherfucker. Who ain't hungry besides a demon? Look at this. Then they gonna start critiquing you in their head. Like, look at that forehead. Look at that nose. You bell pepper face ass. You just gonna be dogging them out, okay? Then they gonna come back and say something else. After that, you gonna see real them. You know what? You got a fucked up attitude. You need to get the fuck out with your ugly ass. You bell pepper face ass hell. They gonna be, you big body ugly baby. Who even wears these two colors mixed together anyway? Ear and their thumbs, but that's y'all. It says, cause stop talking to me. They ain't even saying that. You over some, huh? What? They like, I ain't saying that. Exactly. Get your bell pepper face. No. Get out. I just feel like, I don't know. Maybe that's what somebody doing. Maybe somebody nitpicking. Maybe somebody know how to get under your skin, okay? I'll tell you what bothers me the most. Okay. What bothers me? Look at how they mad at you. Somebody mad as hell. Maybe somebody thought you wasn't gonna get something, or you wasn't gonna go nowhere. Could that be it? I think that could be it. I feel like somebody didn't know that you was gonna get something, or they wasn't expecting you to. It's like a whole bunch of people just mad as hell that you're like still pushing. It's like, are you okay? And like, even if he was competing, like, what the hell they got to do with them? Look how he looking. He's mad. But like, he got other stuff to worry about. Like, them feet. Like, and if he not worried about his feet, he should be worried about that hairline. I know it ain't nobody with a badass hairline, because don't nobody talk shit more than the dude that wear a hat. Like, boy, if you take your hat off and you ugly, you're ugly. What are you talking about? I always want to wear a damn hat to cover that big ass forehead. Leave me out of your bullshit, okay? Leave me out of your bullshit. I feel like somebody's moving forward, okay? Despite the Two of Cups, I feel like something works out for you in your favor. Like, I feel like somebody, I don't know. I think they just was coming around the energy harvest. I just feel like that. Maybe they don't have any other way to, like, bother you. So they tried to use that. Like, the more they compete, the more you win. I feel like you learn the master of transmuting energy. That's the worst shit that a Libra can do. Because all y'all is energy. You walk in a room is energy. You go outside is energy. You just take all that shit. You just look like you're using it for your Ace of Pentacles. Like, just period. Yeah. I feel like people try to figure out how the hell you doing that. They're like, what the fuck? How are they doing that? Yeah, 3 of Wands. That's magic. I literally would just take this and just keep doing whatever the hell it is you're doing. Alchemy, baby, is the new flag. I feel like y'all have to grow something, but I feel like I told you, look at him, he keep falling out. I feel like y'all trying to grow something, but I feel like the more y'all keep trying to grow something, the more this guy keeps getting in the way. And I feel like he do this to y'all all the time until you just let go. Let me see who that person is. See what I'm saying? And you know what's crazy? Because I did a meditation session, right? And a part of the meditation session was how the meek shall inhabit the earth. And like it kept saying 9:19, the meek will walk the earth again. This lady kept telling me that God was in a cat. She kept saying like, do you want to know where Yahweh is? I was like, I know Ra. She's like, no, Isaiah. She kept saying the name Isaiah. Somebody's name could be Isaiah. You could know somebody's name Isaiah or Joshua. Okay, it was like all biblical names. Okay, somebody's name could be Mary. Okay, that could be mom, aunt, cousin, something like that. But she just kept saying like, Yahweh is in a cat. Do you see the cat? I'm like, I don't see a cat. I'm allergic to them hoes anyway. So why would he be in a cat? Okay, don't be a pussy. But I kept like waking up, and as soon as I go back, I kept seeing the cat like run around the this building, and I was just like, where the hell is he going? But like it was like I could see the cat. It was the craziest thing. It was like I could see him clear as day, and I kept asking the lady, I'm like, is that the cat right there? And she was like, do you see him? And she scared the shit out of me, okay? And I was just like, nope, no, I don't see him. Because, like, whatever the fuck she turned into asking me if I saw it, I just was like, nah, I thought it was that, but, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I gotta go type shit. Like, so I had started, like, walking through this village. And in the process of me walking through the village, they had, like, these doors to these temples. And it was like, do you want to go in here? This is all during a meditation. I don't know if I fell asleep and it was a dream / meditation. I'm not really sure. But I know I tried to touch the doorknob, and the doorknob was cold as shit. And I was like, that's crazy because, the way the temples are made, they're made to hold and retain heat, you know what I'm saying, and still be cool because the sun was like shining right down. I want to say it was Cairo, Egypt that those temples were in. But like I could smell the smell of like the dust and fibers or whatever that was like inside of the temple. It kind of smelled like y'all granny's houses. What are you talking about? Because you ever thought about the smell of your granny's house? Nobody has that scent anymore. Nobody has that scent anymore. So it makes you wonder, like, what the fuck were they spraying or using that gave that scent? You always knew when you were at an elder's house because it smelled like an elder. You know what I'm saying? And so I just was like, that's crazy, because that's what my question was. Where'd your granny get the scent? Remember I kept saying, I was like, damn, I had a question at the beginning. I couldn't remember, but that's the question. Like, where'd your granny get the scent? Yeah. It says, oh, mothball smell. It was like, I can't really, I don't know. Mothballs is a granny smell, but it wasn't that. It was more like, I don't know. It was like a scent. It was really crazy. It was like an old people scent, but I don't want to call them old people because it's like, they're not technically, they're old. But okay. But when I walked in, it was a really big ass dude. Cause like I seen him laying down. He was like laying on his side. And then like he got up and he sat on the edge of the bed and he put his feet down. And I was like, oh wow, this nigga look like he big as shit. Like this nigga's huge. Okay. So then I was looking around like, well, if you got to scrap with this nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have something to hit shorty with. Like, so I'm looking around on the ground. And like I didn't see nothing, so I was like, "Damn!" But like the inside of the temple was nice as hell. I was just like, "Why the fuck was they lying about the temples? This shit was all in gold. Everything was encrusted in gold. The table was gold. The chairs was gold. It had hieroglyphics on the wall. Like they had like a family line of hieroglyphics. But the biggest thing that got me the most was this book. It was this glass. It was a glass that was on that motherfucker. That bitch, I don't even know how the fuck they was lifting that glass. It was a really big gold glass. And like I remember I seen it because the dude was sitting on the thing and I was looking over like, well, you could just pick up the cup and crack his ass if you need to, you know what I'm saying? Or you could break the end of it off and just use something, anything. You can't just get your ass. You feel? So like I walked over there and I tried to pick up the cup, but the cup had to be at least 50, 60 pounds. Like I tried to lift it with one hand and I had to use my other hand to support my wrist to pick it up. That shit was heavy and it was empty. And I looked it over and like I tried to set it back on the table and it fell on the table. Like and it started rolling and I grabbed it so it didn't roll and I put it back on this you know, like flat. And it was a book and like I don't really know what the fuck it was made out of. Like it almost looked like it was made out of like the shit that the dude was sitting on the ground, like it was made out of his shoes. Like it was crazy. It was like, cause his shoes was like, he didn't have on shoes. It was like he had a wrap around his feet, like around his ankle, around his feet. Like that shit was vivid as fuck. It was like mummy masking tape type shit. And like the book was wrapped in that shit. And so, nah, it was like a dark, dirty ass tan. And so like I opened up the book and it started running through what Cairo, Egypt was. And I'm not gonna give our opposers, you know what I'm saying, like the opportunity to just take, you know what I'm saying? But they just kept saying like, you know, everything in that motherfucker was basically like, they just kept talking about the mind, you know what I'm saying? They like the mind, like how important the brain was and shit like that. And I was just like, I'm like, why, you know, like why the mind? You know what I'm saying? The heart is just as important as the mind. The lungs are just as important as the mind. Like why the mind? But there was like, they had like this page on there, man. I'll never forget that diagram ever. And I tried to Google it to see if I could find it, but the diagram was like, it was like man at the top and like every piece was like psychological, like, and for every psychological effect, it was like 5 of them motherfuckers, which I want to say was your senses. It's like what you touch is an energy, like what you see was an energy, what you feel is an energy. Like it was like everything about your sense, like your senses are magnets. Like that's kind of how I seen it. It was like the senses are magnets. And this guy was at the bottom. Like, he wasn't sitting like this. He was sitting in the traditional tarot card. But he was sitting at the bottom. And it was like all of your senses were funneling down to him. And it was almost like whatever your senses picked up, you had to figure out if it was him or him type shit, which was balance. You know what I'm saying? Because like before it was to him, they had the Libra sign and like the scales. And I'm just sitting here like, well, you know, I'm an asshole, so I don't use some of my senses. Okay. And it was really crazy because it was like, you know, as I was like flipping through the pages, which I flipped to another page and I seen something, I guess they had to do with like my destiny or whatever. And I was like, oh, that shit raw. And so I'm flipping through, seeing like, I seen like my family tree. That shit was crazy. Like I seen where I came from. I seen all that shit. I was like, oh, this is like dope as fuck. I mean, these are stuff that I already knew, but I was like, I think this is raw as hell. And then randomly, dude stood up. So I closed the book and I tried to like slide the book off the table. But like, I tried to slide it because I figured the book would be extremely heavy, but that bitch was locked. Like, I'm talking about I was using all of my pounds, like all of my strength, and like that motherfucker didn't even move. Like, it didn't move an inch. It was like it was locked or glued to that table. And so I was just like, damn, like, okay. And so when he got up, he was fucking huge, man. Like that motherfucker had to be at least 30 feet. Maybe taller. He was like 25, 30 feet. And he didn't talk. He just kept making noises like, like he picked up the book with no fucking problem. No bullshit. He just slid that bitch off the table. And he like opened up the book. He was like pointing like this. And I'm trying to look at the book. But the nigga like hit me with his hand like to mush me or move me. And I like push back like, damn, nigga, okay. So like I'm trying to look at the book. And he like tapping me. And he like pointing to the pages. He wasn't talking though. He just kept saying like, And I was like, okay. So I'm like reading the shit. And I just was like, oh. And I was like, oh, okay. So when he flipped the page again, it was like that same fucking cat that we was just fucking chasing in the beginning of the thing. And they just kept saying like, you know, the lady kept saying like, because we were supposedly, I guess, in Cairo, Egypt. And the beginning of the shit started in Israel. And I was just like, well, what the fuck is going on in Israel? Okay, because I went to public school. Okay, and they just kept saying like that dude was in a cat and like he had 9 lives, and like once he gets to his final life, he can have like some sort of awakening or something. And I was like, well, what is that supposed to do? And then they were just like, well, I guess when the dude is woke, like he takes over the good of things. Okay, so I feel like right now things are great or good. I know it sounds crazy to y'all because y'all like, how motherfuckers starving and it's a lot going on, but like in all actuality, like technically you're doing good. You know what I'm saying? And so now it's time for like money to exist, which he controls. Okay. And they were basically trying to figure out like what the fuck to do. And then random as hell, I opened up my phone. Like when I like, you know, cleared out or whatever, like I looked up my phone and I looked up the picture, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't show. I was just like, what the fuck? And I was trying to look it up because of how it was laid out. I think I put like hieroglyphics map or something like that, or old school hieroglyphics map. I did something like that. And mapping showed the hell up. And the mapping shit showed like Texas and DC and all these other places, I guess, that are changing, like, I guess their GOP maps or some shit. And I just was like, what the fuck? And I bullshit you not, I couldn't make this shit up. That lady that was in my dream was one of the ladies that popped up from a political party in Texas. The same lady that was walking me around in the meditation session, the dream. She popped up as one of the people in Texas that had to do with the mapping. And she was on God's side, I think. I'm not really sure. Because she was the main one. No, she wasn't. My bad. She wasn't on God's side. because she's the one that kept saying like, "Do you see him? Do you see him?" I'm like, "He's right there," and she was like, "Where is he?" Like she just kept getting mad about the fact that I could see the dude and she couldn't see him, or the cat, and she couldn't see it. And I was pointing to the motherfucker like, "Okay, he's right there. You don't see him, nigga?" Like, I'm like, "I see it right there. Like, how about you go get him, bitch?" And she just kept looking, like she was like squinting her eyes, looking around, and shit, looking stupid as fuck. And I was like, "Okay, so the bitch can't see him," but he was just sitting there like out in the open, like he was walking around and minding his own fucking business. Like he went behind like a little building and shit and came back and sat down. But I don't like cats, but that motherfucker looked like a bobcat. But he just looked different. Like I don't know how to describe him. Like his ears was different. Um, his ears was like very pointy. He was huge, man. He looked like a bobcat. Like he was like a finer toned bobcat, and he was brown, and he had like this like medallion like on the front of his chest. And like you could hear the motherfucker walking around, so I don't know how the fucking people couldn't hear that shit. Cause like when he was walking around, like you could hear him. He wasn't meowing though, which is crazy. He was walking around like normal. I'm sitting here like, bitch, you can't see this big ass motherfucking cat walking around in front of you. How? Like she just kept looking like, while I'm pointing at the nigga, she looking like, I'm like, you don't see this nigga right here. She's like, show me. I'm like, bitch, you need to lower your tone, okay? Before I slap the fuck out of you, okay? And so, no, he wasn't a panther. He definitely looked like a bobcat. But he had like pointier ears, like, and he had like, he looked kind of mangy. I know it sounds crazy, but like, he looked kind of mangy, like his fur and shit was kind of like matted together, kind of. But he was just walking around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but after I walked like down this village line. I don't know. It looked like it was like a. It wasn't dirty, but it was like a dirt village, I guess you could call it. And like these people were selling like these, I guess you could say thoughts or something to like throw around your head. They were like long thoughts, but they had like this headscarf thing that you could put on, and it was like she had two sets, and I asked her for this set. When I went to reach for that set, she like put her hand down and wouldn't let me get it. I'm like, bitch, I want this color, okay? And she was like, and she kept like shaking her head. She had her mouth sealed, and I'm looking like, what the fuck wrong with this bitch mouth? Like, and she's like, and she's like, had her hand over those, and I was like, okay. So I was like, this. She's like, I'm like, bitch, you only got 3 options, this motherfucker. So it was an all white one, and I grabbed the all white one, and I put it on, and I walked down, like I was walking around. And like the people kept like bowing and shaking their heads, like holding their head down. I'm like, what the fuck? Like that dream was weird as shit to me. I mean, because I really don't know what the fuck it meant. But I tell you the one thing that shit ended with, that big motherfucking thing that was in that temple, that motherfucker was running. That's the one thing I'll never forget. And even though I'm woke, you know what I'm saying, and whatever, like, you know, I still, that shit keep running through my head, like. How that motherfucker was down there at the temples was like, I looked behind me and I could still see the temples behind me. Like I had walked so far, and that motherfucker walked out of that temple and I could see him like duck down to get from underneath the door. And I was just like, damn. And it dawned on me when he was standing up in front of the temple, how tall he was. And then the highest point of the temple. And I'm sitting here like, god damn, like these motherfuckers was big as shit back in the day and we just didn't know about it. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, the way he ducked through the door, it was like the temple was that fucking high because that's how tall they were. And because they had so much out in the open space because they were huge. You know what I'm saying? And so, I guess that's my confirmation, right? And so, that motherfucker, like, he looked, and, like, I looked at him, and what he say? He looked at me, and I looked at him. Like, I looked at, like, he was far as fuck away. I'll never forget this shit. And I'll turn around and I look, and that motherfucker locked eyes and start running. Like, that nigga off Get Out, he just started running. And like the people started like, they started like moving the fuck out of the way. Like they was packing up their shit and like running from side to side and shit. Like, I don't know if the nigga just do this shit like as a normal thing or some shit. If he just be running and he racing track, I don't know. But he just started running. And like, I'm a nigga, so I start running too, shit. And I just start running in one direction. I was like looking behind me while the other people was trying to like run to get out of the way. And like I bumped into one of them motherfuckers' legs. And I looked down and that motherfucking cat was on that nigga like forearm, like the inner arm. And the other motherfucker finally got up there to me, and I just was like, well, I guess they just gonna smush me because it ain't shit that I can do with these big motherfuckers, right? And so I just stood there, and they was like pointing in one direction, and like he like pushed me, and I was walking in between these two motherfuckers, and the cat was on the nigga arm. It was a true story. And like the cat just kept looking down at me, and I was looking up at the cat like, if this bitch jump on my head, I'm gonna kick his ass, cause I'll kick a cat, okay? Like I don't give a fuck. And like they was just walking through the city, and I was like walking between the middle of the motherfuckers, and they was just showing me their city. Like that shit was crazy as hell. Like they were showing me like all of the people, like the little girls and stuff was beautiful as hell. Like they had like head full of hair. They had these girls, they looked like they were African little girls. They had red hair and fucking like light green eyes. One little girl, she looked like she had some sort of like condition. She had really full lips, but she had like a pink mark on the side of her lip. Like almost like her lip had split or something, but it was like a beauty statement. You know what I'm saying? Like they were gorgeous. There was like some women in there, they had like freckles. They were like light-skinned women. They had freckles. And they had like these full lips, but they had these tufts on their hair. They had these guys. Like I didn't see a bunch of the dudes. I seen more of like the women. You know what I'm saying? And they were like they were just like walking around like the village. Like they were carrying shit, and every so often like I would just look at one and they would turn around and they would look at me, and they were gorgeous. I didn't see any men though. Like now that I think about it, like I didn't see a lot of men. I seen more like the women working in that village. It was like, which brings me back to the theory when they kept saying like Mary in the Bible had got pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't have a dude. Like, and I was just like, nigga, I've never heard of a bitch ever in our time having a baby, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it never, you know what I'm saying? Like, without intercourse, yada yada. But like, I didn't see any dudes. It was like 4 or 5 of them was walking around pregnant, and there was no man in sight. And these giants were like, they were just walking around. Like, there was no danger. There was no bad energy. There was no worry. There was no concern. There was nothing. Like, it was insane. But I woke up, got up, exercised a little bit, walked around, and was like, where the fuck were the men? I thought that was kind of weird. But the way dude was, I mean, them two big motherfuckers, they were dudes. You could clearly see they were male. In fact, one of the motherfuckers damn near looked like Idris Elba. He had like the features of Idris. And the other guy, and I thought about how they explained David and Goliath looked. You know, like I'm not a big Bible person. You know, I think people know that about me. I was Muslim for a really long time, and then I kind of like digressed out of that because I started to see the traditional whitewashing in the book of Quran. So it let me know, like in the beginning of Quran, and in the book of Enoch, that it was genuine. And then as people start to realize that this was a guide for man, black man, I feel like they changed the context of the end of the book of Enoch, and they changed the context in the end of the book of Quran. So it had a different outcome. That's how I feel. This is in the Trojan horse to me. This is there in spiritual trouble right now. It's crazy because I didn't see none. But when I did my my second meditation before I just went live, you know, right now, I seen that same goddamn guy that the cat, when he jumped off, the dude was sitting there rubbing him. It was a black guy. That was the first guy I seen going into my second meditation, and then he was the first dude I seen when I was looking at the map. He showed the fuck up. I still don't know. The first time, like the first meditation session I had, it was a woman, like, and she showed up in Texas, but there was a black man, and he was from Chicago, and he showed up as the one that was rubbing the cat. Like, the cat actually let him rub him. So I feel like it's something that's like, basically God got a person in the middle of all of this shit, and I think this shit gonna be crazy. I think it's gonna be crazy. I know it sounds insane, but I think it's gonna be crazy. I feel like the plot twist is like when I seen that shit, I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's like the meek shall inhabit the earth, and like when they looked at that shit, and I looked at it, I was like, oh shit, like they had them niggas had on robes like the other guys, but they were in Chicago. It was like they were like all like lined up around each other type shit, and like they just all start taking their shit off, and they had like short nappy hair, like they had like leaves and shit in their hair, and I was like, what the fuck? But they were like gods, you know what I'm saying? But they just kept picking them up and like putting them in these states type shit. Like I feel like somebody's creating an agenda against minorities. That's how I feel. And like I feel like somebody, like, okay, so when I looked up the mapping thing, they were talking about this mapping shit, right? And I just looked up what the fuck the mapping was. And I was just like, okay, this is weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck wants to do that? So what I did read was like 1 in every 5 Caucasian can vote. Out of 5 people, 1 vote counts, okay? Well, it takes 5 people to count as 1 vote. For African Americans, for every 20,000 people is 1 vote, okay? And for Latinos, every 100,000 people that vote, it was 1 vote. So it was like they were trying to even out this mapping, I guess, so that when Caucasian people vote, which is just modern day systematic slavery and racism, if you ask me, when they were voting, they thought that the 1 in 5 was going to be it. They were like, okay, 1 in 5 people, yada, yada, yada. But man, when I say it was black people everywhere voting, like, I'm the type of person where I'm a firm believer, like, voting don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel. I feel like all of this shit is rigged and, like, voting don't matter. But I feel like people, they gonna be like, fuck it. I don't care if it don't matter or not. I know I'm gonna be able to say that I did some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like them motherfuckers I feel like minorities and black people are gonna be the highest registered voters in the world. I feel like they gonna vote all of the black Republicans in. That's how I feel. I feel like they base that mapping shit off of Republicans, and I feel like they're gonna vote black Republicans in, and I feel like those black Republicans that are going into the office, they are the people that had them hoods on. Like, I feel like that shit is a plot twist. And like, I feel like all of the people that they set out to put in those positions, it's like something was wrong with them. Like, them bitches was in the sun and they just kept getting like these small spots on their body. And I just was like, where the fuck is they getting these spots from? Until they just turned into dust and disappeared. That shit was crazy. Like, that shit was crazy. But I did see like money in that book. I will not lie. Like, I seen so much fucking money in that book, man. And I was like, is this my money? Like, whose money is this? You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of riches that was in that book was insane. Like, I was flipping through 3 pages of legacies of cash. That's how much money. And you know, I did see the sign. I'm just gonna be honest. I seen the sign of Libra. I seen the sign of Aquarius. And I seen the sign of Gemini. And in the bottom of that, on that diagram for the 5 senses, the main person that interrupted the senses was Capricorn and Sagittarius. I will not, you know, I'm not gonna just be on this bitch capping. I didn't see Aries, which y'all know, you know, like, normally like, it's Aries, but it was mainly Libra. It was mainly Libra and Capricorn. That shit was crazy. And Sagittarius. So I feel like the people that's around y'all energy right now is Leo, Libra, Gemini, Scorpio? Or is this you? Hold on, I gotta re-ask that. This guy was sending you a message. When I was looking at that money, I was like, bro, when is this happening? Because I need to know. And then last night, because I was traveling and like I got in, you know what I'm saying, like really late. And random as hell, like I seen Saturn. Is it on this phone? It's on this phone. When I get off of here, I'm gonna post it on my Patreon. Man, I was sitting here like, what the fuck? Like, cause the shit just kept, like, my phone just kept going off, like, ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and I click on my phone and I didn't see shit. So I'm like, what type of shit? So like, random as fuck, my phone just froze and just opened up the internet. Like, I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is going on? I open up my phone and they talking about Saturn being in your houses, your karma. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? So I'm reading through each one. I'm like, okay, Saturn in this house, Saturn in that house. So I just start looking up diagrams. Do you motherfuckers know that Libra is known for karma from their family, their siblings, and their father? Do you know that most Libras and Tauruses are paying for the sins of like their siblings, their father, and I forgot the other ones, but I was like, what the fuck? But then it dawned on me because I was like, oh shit, this is why Libras can't get in relationships. Most of y'all daddies was hoes. And you're his daughter. So you not a hoe. You might be a casual love. You know what I'm saying? When you want to sneak and do some shit. Even. But I feel like you're paying for your father or your mother's sins, man. I looked into that shit a little bit more because I was like, what the fuck? Like, and I was like, okay, so what the fuck? You know me, I'm always worried about the money, right? So I'm like, what the fuck they got to do with money? And then it was like, nigga, your Saturn return got to do with your cash, bro. Some people could be in their Saturn return and like they get emotions and they be more focused on emotions than the money because they don't know how to transmute the energy. I don't know. That's just what I got. I mean, I feel like for whoever this is, these are the signs that's like just lurking around you. That's what it was. It was Aquarius. Aquarius was very heavy in that damn book, which, you know, I feel like maybe because you got Aquarius up in there or because you got Libra up in there, you got something, you know what I'm saying? You got something that somebody else don't got. I tell you that. Like, you definitely got something somebody else don't got. And whatever the fuck it is, Cap and Sagittarius on that shit. They want it. Could be a Leo, could be Aquarius, Taurus, or Pisces, but somebody want that shit. I don't know how that's gonna help them shit. But I definitely feel like they on your ass. Tell me more about this. Make sure y'all like this for me. Like it. Subscribe. Oh. Okay, that makes sense now. All right, so it says conflict, collaboration. So you might have Pisces in your chart. I feel like on one side of Pisces, there's conflict. So maybe the sun sign is conflict. I feel like if you have it somewhere else in your chart, you got collaborations coming in. I feel like if you were a Taurus, all right, I feel like you having like, you feel like you're being persecuted and you don't know what to do. I feel like if you got Aquarius. Oh, so you got Aquarius in there. You not okay, so I feel like that's that meek, see what I'm saying? The meek shall inhabit the earth shit. I feel like it's something about a group of y'all that y'all were born. Maybe y'all was born in 75. Y'all could be 45. You could be born in 85. You could have been born in 1990. You could have been born in 94, 95, 96, 97. You could be born in the 70s, 50, 60, 70s. I feel like for whoever this is, I feel like you the one that pay attention and you're stubborn. Like, I feel like you got Aquarius in your chart and you're not stupid. And they mad because you're not going. Shit. Leos are currently in confinement. That's what it say. They're confined. And then it says accident. So, I feel like for whoever this is, I feel like, you know, it says danger, caution, injury. So just be mindful. I guess if you got Leo in your chart. All right, tell me more about this. It's a Libra. All right. Somebody be having like pressure. You could be dealing with lack of sleep. But I feel like you're about to get a promotion or something's working out for you when it comes to money. Yeah, I feel like there's some sort of strategy here. I see illness. That's funny because I said allergies, right? I feel like somebody could be dealing with like, I don't know, I feel like somebody dealing with like, it could be stuffiness, a cold. And like okay, so someone trying to slow you down. You got an idea or a strategy being put in place. They're telling you to just kick back, relax. Yeah, because you're about to get some good news. Like your gift is good news. There's a collaboration coming in. A lot of money, man. I knew it. I said that. So I feel like that's what somebody's trying to do. Somebody's trying to like transmute that energy to take it from me. Yeah, see what I'm saying? It's a third wheel trying to curse to take the energy. They're trying to trap you like your five senses. So you feel like you need to figure out what the five senses are. Shit, I'm sorry. I don't know the five senses as it relates to something, but I feel like there's the person that's dealing with this nightmare energy. So it's Taurus. You're dealing with like a haunting energy. So you could be a Taurus sun, north, south node. Yep. there's some sort of obscuring or supernatural disturbance here. A supernatural energy. Yep. You can get rid of supernatural energy by being stubborn and protested with the attitude. All right. Yeah, that's a check. It say $10 million. Yep, because it says right, disturbance. Yeah. So it's magic. That's what's causing the irritation. It could be causing homelessness or for you to be poor. It could be causing you to feel confined. But like, I feel like once you protest that, yeah, you get the blessings. Yep. And you get sweet dreams. So I feel like you need rest or you need to sit still. Oh, that's crazy. Them bitches just flew out. Yeah. I feel like somebody needs to trust the process. You need to just calm down and trust the process. Maybe you got anxiety. You have really bad anxiety. All right. Tell me more about what this look like. Yeah. I just said that. So somebody, it says false mask, deception, pretending, inconsistency. So, shit, yeah. Any energy that you feel, take it. And usually, like, you know, this energy is not mine. But, like, I would use that energy. And I would transmute that energy. First, return to sender. I would transmute that energy for your end goal. I take this energy and apply it toward something great. I'll use this energy for whatever your end goal is. For me to be a billionaire. I say. Yeah. I cast this energy or I summon this energy to be applied positively while returning it to sender toward my end goal. Whatever your end goal may be, to be a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody's. Remember on my last live I talked about the end goal. Remember? Maybe somebody ain't built their end goal or something. And like, look, as soon as you say that, look how the bitch. Maybe the bitch end up in jail, or they end up fucking their shit up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like anybody that got an issue with you right now, they just, yeah, they're having an awakening. You're rejecting the energy by not accepting the energy. Fear is accepting. You know what I'm saying? Hesitation is accepting. Yeah. Maybe you meant to do cars or something. I feel like somebody's birthday could be 10/22, 10/23. And that's the person that's trying to get around your energy. It's a lot of people around your energy, or trying to be. I feel like you kicked all these motherfuckers out, and I feel like they're trying to come back around some way. I would ignore them. Yeah, I am. I'm doing a Cash App live today. Yep. So, yeah. It says coach, sweetheart, aid. Yeah, so you got help on the way. I feel like it's just something like that. I don't know. I'm sorry. I hate to say I don't know, because I know y'all like, well, you need to know, but I don't. Maybe it'll come out in y'all next 24. Okay. So, I'm about to do the next 24 right now. I'm going to put them together for Libra and Taurus, because I feel like they have the same energy right now. So make sure y'all like this for me. Like it, support. Y'all can donate to Cash App if y'all want, if y'all really love me. It's October Finest 99. Okay. I'll come back in with another one with y'all next 24, so I can see who these people are. Are you doing frequency read too? Yeah, I'm doing frequency reads and Cash App live questions. Frequency reads are $5.55, y'all. Cash App live questions, just so y'all are aware, are $22.22. I changed my prices a while ago. But I'm also going to start going live on Patreon. So make sure y'all go to Divine Feminine Masculine class on Patreon. All right. Thanks, y'all. I'll be right back.